coming up in just a moment on 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. Thank you for tuning in and being with us in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga Football Club hosting AC Houston Sur of USL 2 in the Independent Cup Final for the Southeast region of the National Independent Soccer Association. Gabriel Schrei here with my good friend Zeka Fejas. Starting lineups in just a moment. Boys in blue, Chattanooga Football Club wearing the Navy kits. AC Houston Sur wearing the bright yellow, and their alternate mascot is the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, very neat. You know, it's good to see a club, you know, smaller definitely than CFC, but a club that you can see that try, you know, to do the things right. You know, they have a lot of things going for them, you know, a nice culture around the club itself. It's definitely noticeable in their social media, in their marketing campaigns. So it's a pleasure to host them here at Finland.
Starting lineup today for the Yellow Submarine. Thar starting in goal. Cuevas, Lewis, Sordelli, Bashir Bey, Maliat, Lynch, Waldron, Diaz Jr., Wesley, and Lucretti. For Chattanooga Football Club, a different look than these home fans in Chattanooga are used to. Bowers, Stripling, So, Rodriguez, Alvarenga, Lopez Jr., Louis, Garcia Sosa, Capizzucci, Burke, and McGrath. And the first time all season that Antoine won't be between the posts.
Yeah, some rotation on the team. It makes sense. You know, they played in the midweek on the league, you know, for sure their biggest goal this year and most importance for them right now. You know, it shows the coaching staff having trust on the bench, you know, people that haven't seen a lot of minutes getting an opportunity. You mentioned the goalkeeper, Burke, getting there. I've seen him perform before. He's a quality goalkeeper. That's why he's wearing the CFC shirt, and, you know, it's an enjoyment to witness that here today, and the other players getting some minutes as well.
The officials today, Jody Lautgeier is the referee, Trevor Haddock, Josias Roach, and Will Hendon. They'll be keeping things in line between these two clubs. Bench bosses, Amar Nimatala, the head coach of AC Houston Sur. I love talking to him. And, of course, always a pleasure with head coach of Chattanooga Football Club, Rod Underwood, who is in a great mood, all smiles today.
Yeah, seems to be a nice, friendly environment going on between both clubs, you know, as you mentioned. Nice people all the way around for both teams. So I'm sure, you know, we have everything going on today for a good spectacle.
It's game time in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The NISA League Independent Cup Final for the Southeast region. CFC on the pro side hosting USL 2's AC Houston Sur. Chattanooga is undefeated. Chattahooligan fans are loud and playing a factor early here in Chattanooga. Some of the very best fans in all of sport. No one can compete with Section 109.
Yeah, this is definitely the most special part of this club, how these people bring this energy, you know, throughout the whole year. And it's so nice for them to be out here in this hot summer day, still screaming and cheering for CFC the whole 90 minutes.
Football escaped over the far touchline. Houston will throw in a long one. Yellow Submarine losing the football early. Chattanooga comes away with it. That's Stripling to the far side. CFC working in a half circle, retreating momentarily to reset. When we were watching the clubs warm up, both of them looked like they're all fired up for this one and to be a part of such an important cup final for the NISA League.
Yeah, it's a nice mix of, you know, motivations. At CFC, you see players getting minutes. We haven't seen a whole lot of that this year. For Houston, you know, an opportunity to play against a pro side. So it's a good mix of motivations. You know, I'm sure everybody's going to be very pumped about this game today.
Went through the starting lineup prior to kickoff here, Zeka, and a lot of familiar faces are out for Chattanooga Football Club, taking a break, getting some rest, and one of the most notable is, of course, Marcus Naglestad. And Naglestad has been just unbelievable since he began his career here for the Boys in Blue. Today, not playing, he has recently tied the record for goals in a career against the Maryland Bobcats. It was a long one, an impressive goal he scored on. He has 52 all-time goals. He is tied with multiple other Chattanooga Football Club athletes for the record, and one more score breaks it.
Yeah, tonight it could be it, you know. Hopefully coaching staff would be considerate about, you know, having that moment being witnessed at Philly. You know, we know we have a away game coming up next weekend. So if Marcus gets in, everybody be on the lookout, because if he scores, he's going to break that record, and it'll be something very special.
Here's a long ball to the far side. Bolliette dribbling, looking towards the 18, feeling the pressure. Chattanooga there. He dips this one off. Close side, long ball. This one is gathered carefully. Jonathan Burke, his first start on the pitch, looking good in the goal box early. That's his first save of the season. Chattanooga Football Club, the top scoring team in the National Independent Soccer Association, scoring just shy of 2 goals per game. They have 23 goals scored this season, leading all teams in NISA. What does it take to put together an offense like that, Zeka?
I mean, it takes the right people, first of all, and that has a lot to be said about coach's recruitment, and then the way he handles the team.
What a feed and a big-time save. Armand falling onto the football on the edge of the goal box.
Yeah, I think he caught offside there, but it was a nice combination play between CFC's front line. Damian coming in deep, but unfortunately being caught offside.
Lopez teed him up, hoping he would strike that home, unable to do so midway through the 3rd minute here in Chattanooga. Coach Niematala very excited to be here playing in front of the Chattahooligans. All of the fans in Chattanooga, Tennessee, who have packed Fort Finley. Good turnout in spite of the hot weather.
Yeah, some decent crowd here today.
Ewan Lynch, a key piece of the offense for Houston. 6 goals, 4 assists this season. Slow to rise, but appears to be all right. Louis with a move, trying to split the difference between a trio of defenders. Chattanooga regathers. Looking inside, this one deflected away. Can't get anything strung together. CFC again loses the football. Houston, good feed, far side. Bolliette trying to set up a teammate. The Yellow Submarine lose possession near the midfield. Yellow Submarine not very consistent with their passing early. Are they still trying to shake off the nerves on both sides of the football here, or is this what we're going to see for a while?
Well, they're probably not used to the pace of the game, you know, with those professional players, you know, being faster and just being a little bit more intelligent with their defensive shape. And they're going to, you know, take a little time to adjust. But I expect them to do a little better as we move in and get a little later on the first half.
Cuevas and Brighton along the close touch line lose this for Houston. Now it's Chattanooga Football Club. Alvarenga sent this back. Back with him again. Chattanooga will reset. Bowers on the backside, across to Capizzucci. Chattanooga to McGrath. McGrath left it off immediately. CFC turning about back in the midfield, looking up along the touchline. Juan Louis left off for Lenny Lopez and sent out a play with force by Owen Lewis. Owen Lewis recommended for MLS and USL Championship. Very talented athlete. Long throw in, the header. Loose near the touchline. Both clubs vying for possession. Louis was after it. They'll give this to Houston. Hayden Bowers, wearing number 2 for Chattanooga Football Club, scored his first ever goal for the franchise a few weeks ago here at home. And it was on his birthday, no less. Quite the birthday gift.
Yeah, for sure, a special moment for him, and what a game that was a couple of weeks ago.
Chattanooga near the midfield, looking to break back into the attacking third. Here's Bowers right here. He looks both ways, gives it off. Chattanooga fed up to McGrath. He goes right back. CFC not liking the space up the center, so to Stripling near the close touchline. He retreats as well. Chattanooga really struggling to string together deep passes. Do you think that's a result of the change of the lineup?
Well, you know, those players haven't, you know, been on a game scenario together probably in a long while, of if ever. But you can also say something about Houston's defensive shape. They have every single player behind the, you know, 30-yard football line there. I mean, they're holding, packing it in, parking the bus, like we usually say in soccer. Definitely not a whole lot of space there for passes. I mean, just they're doing what they have to do, stepping up, you know, against the professional side and trying to prevent, you know, early goal that could demoralize, you know, the players. And I mean, it's a strategy that so far it is working.
Lucretti able to send the football out of bounds. Now here's Chattanooga. Long feed, top of the 18, looking down towards the goal box and cleared away by Houston. Able to prevent any danger defensively. We're midway through the 8th minute here in Chattanooga. AC Houston, long feed, picked off again by CFC. Stripling now in the middle third of the field, looking up along the touchline close side. Chattanooga cutting back towards the center. 2 quick passes. Long ball, backdoor. Rodriguez can't handle the football initially. Regathered just on the edge of the 18. Looking both ways. Center to McGrath. McGrath to the close side. Alvarenga left it off for Louis. All the way back. Looking for Alvarenga, finding McGrath instead. Far side. So, long feed looking for Lenny Lopez and deflected away by Lucretti. Another clutch play down inside.
CFC moving the ball well, but whenever we get those key passes in, you know, the touch and the cleanness technically has to be there in order for us to move forward and create a situation. We're getting into, you know, dangerous positions, but we're missing a touch or so and, you know, allowing Houston to get back in defense. So we got to be a little cleaner in getting to those, you know, forward situations.
Long feed, Chattanooga from the edge of the 18, and the opening score!
Wow.
Chattanooga leads the Nick 1-0 prior to the 10th minute of play. What a score on the long ball!
What a goal by Sosa. I mean, he picked the ball with a great touch, just as I was saying it was needed, you know, and then he finds the top corner with his left foot. What a brilliant, brilliant finish. You know, happy for him, getting minutes in and a goal, definitely impressing the coaching staff. You know, a good moment for the club on the final playing against, you know, a decent side. So it's nice to see CFC getting going here early on the first half.
A beautiful goal. It's 1-0 as Chattanooga Football Club hosting AC Houston Sur of the USL 2 side in the Independent Cup Final for the Southeast region. Coming to you live via 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Zeka Fejas as we're closing in on the 11th minute. That'll certainly spice things up and change the way these two clubs are approaching the match. Garcia Sosa opening the scoring with a long one from the edge of the box. Buried that, a little chip finding the twine.
I mean, the goalkeeper didn't even move. I thought he saw the ball going wide, but he just curled it in, and it was beautifully placed. I mean, he couldn't have picked a better finish for that position there with his left foot going away, you know, on the far post. that was a beauty.
I thought the shot must have missed as well, just based on the reaction of the team. I think they all thought it was going wide.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of those that it was pitch perfect, and everybody was caught watching, and it turned out to be a beautiful goal.
Long feed up along the touchline here to Lynch, and Lynch almost got away with one. Chattanooga players throwing their hands up into the air.
Yeah, it was a little late call. I mean, it looked like he almost got away with it, which would have been unfortunate, but the lineman caught the ball going wide and raised his flag.
Yellow Submarine, originally founded in 2018, playing under UPSL as Texas City United. Club had to rebrand as they rose through the ranks of USL. And that's how we get AC Houston Sir Yellow Submarine. What a fun name.
Yeah, nice little, mascot name. You know, they have a nice uniform. For sure, a nice culture around the club is definitely noticeable for how they are interacting here in the stadium. So, like I said, it's a pleasure to have clubs like that, similar-minded to CFC. I think it just makes it to a very, very fun environment for everybody around the game.
All the way back. Armand sending this far side just along the touchline. Chattanooga gathers. Somehow able to keep this alive. So looking. Wanted to hook up with Garcia Sosa, and it's chased off of the pitch by Houston. Chattanooga through the midfield. Boys in blue. They lead 1-0 in the early stages of the NISA Independent Cup Final. Long feed, far side, towards the corner, Chattanooga Football Club. They've got it down in the channel. He's being harassed, and this one escapes over the end line. Rodriguez is arguing with the official and Lucretti.
Yeah, Damian with his quick feet, skillful type of play, gets down the byline. In my opinion, it looked like the ball was kicked off by a Houston player, but the referee did not agree with me and gave the ball to the goalkeeper.
Houston all the way back towards the goal box. A little bit of danger here as this one finds its way over the end line as well.
Yeah, CFC pressing, the kickoff there from Houston. A very different scenario seen from both sides, and effective press there, making Houston kick the ball out of bounds and giving us a corner from that sort of play.
McGrath on the far left side of your screen will be delivering from the corner. Here's the long ball, lofted backside. The header, it's loose and directed into the net. 2-0 Chattanooga Football Club. What a score, Lenny Lopez.
Beautiful corner took by McGrath on the far post to Bowers, who heads it back in, and Lenny Lopez just well positioned, taps that into the back of the net. Very happy for him getting on the score sheet. Somebody who's playing behind Marcus this year is probably not an easy scenario, but the chances he's having, he's been important, and tonight, no difference, stepping up in the starting lineup and scoring a goal. What a moment for him, and what a beginning of a match we have here in 15 minutes, 2-0.
Still in the early stages of this match.
Yeah, for sure, Houston not very happy about this goal. I mean, you're playing against tough opposition. You don't want to concede on a set piece. That's a dagger to be able to handle. So let's see how emotionally that team's going to behave coming back and dealing with adversity.
Lopez already has scored once in NISA League play this season. Today's scoring will not count towards the season totals of Chattanooga Football Club for NISA League play. However, will count towards their all-time career stats with the club.
Oh yeah, it's an official game. Unfortunately, not league stats, but those guys will take those numbers with them as the season moves forward.
Louis was trying to dribble his way up along the touchline, had that stripped away from him here in the 16th minute. 2-0, 11 Sports FIFA Plus coming to you live from inside of Fort Finley in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Gabriel Schreier with Zeka Fejas. Chattanooga Football Club is leading the Nick the NISA League Independent Cup Final against AC Houston Sur 2-0. Far side of the pitch, a little battle there, results in McGrath being forced up into the brickwork. Chattanooga will throw in. CFC all the way on the back, picking their way up the pitch slowly here. Far side up along the touchline, long pass, now looking into the interior. Chattanooga wants to go deep, doesn't see anyone there, gives it off to Stripling. Colin Stripling fed back to him, back and forth they go. Houston, the yellow submarine, bringing the heat. Unable to force an error. Brighton was in pursuit, now Chattanooga into the center, looking down towards the 18. This is taken away by Houston. Great job defensively by AC Houston to break up that chance. They struggle to clear the football.
Yeah, but as soon as CFC loses the ball, it's an immediate press by everybody around it, and it forces Houston to give the ball away again. And here they come for another attack.
Chattanooga, this is Stripling. Juan Louis, just in the close touch line, all the way back to Bowers. Bowers, the general of the field here. Stripling looked both ways. Across to McGrath. McGrath, long delivery. Rodriguez wanted the header. And a great job by Armand to come out and greet the football. Houston booting this one up the pitch. Stripling redirected all the way back to Armand a second time. AC Houston Sur on the close side of the AstroTurf. This one flipped down to Cuevas. Cuevas having trouble with Louis. Chattanooga looking for the takeaway here. This one is a pullback pass for Louis and now sent out of play. Cuevas was competing for the football there and the last to touch it, so Chattanooga will maintain possession as we roll into the 19th minute here in Tennessee. Alvarenga standing up right near the center of the pitch. Aiden Bowers wanted to walk it up, didn't like the look of the defense. Chattanooga will examine the far side, see if they can find some space there. Did not do so, now Stripling. Back to Bowers, Bowers. Right near the midfield stripe, Chattanooga. Bowers, long ball, looking for Lenny Lopez. This one is spiked straight up into the air, trying to take this away. Brighton can't get the football initially. Now it's gathered by Baliette. Long feed for Houston, cut off by Chattanooga. Chattanooga Football Club leading 2-0 in the Independent Cup Final. Houston is struggling to put together anything or get takeaways.
Yeah, well, I'm just here thinking about, how they maintain this defensive shape, everybody behind the line of the ball. But CFC has the quality of players there are very comfortable in small spaces. You have Beto, Sosa, McGrath. Those guys are very okay of playing the pockets, runnings without the ball, and it's just kind of everything falling to CFC's lap, and the game plan is not really working for Houston right now.
Football is skying back and forth near the middle third of the pitch as there's a lot of contact. Fans are protesting. Chattanooga on the move. Long feed, close side, Juan Louis. Louis on the edge of the 18, looking inside for Lopez. Deflected away. Alvarenga, long ball, too much juice on it, and it heads back to the locker room.
Yeah, just the sheer quality of the players now, how comfortable they are. And it's nice to see, new players playing together and still demonstrating a good amount of chemistry. So CFC, just the amount of depth this team has, it amazes me.
It is quite unbelievable. Chattanooga Football Club is in the midst of the most historic season in franchise history. It's funny because we were so excited during the preseason. I still remember it like it was yesterday. You know, putting on my note sheet for game one, they just are coming off of the most successful season in franchise history. And how much fun is this year going to be for Chattanooga, Tennessee? Well, even more fun. Apparently, this has just been unbelievable from start to now, and the finish can only get better, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, new players on the pitch, executing the game plan to perfection, you know, and not dropping the level as we have witnessed here week in, week out. So it's definitely exciting to see. I'm sure, you know, coaching staff is happy. I'm sure the new general manager is going to be happy about this, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about more of that.
I believe we may have a special surprise. Mr. Elton Bird, the new CEO of Chattanooga Football Club, will be joining us in the booth today, I believe.
Yeah,
maybe
it'd be
not.
Nice to have him over here.
He's a busy guy. He's got a lot. He's meeting a lot of people right now.
I'm sure he has his hands full, but again, it would be a pleasure if he can make his way up to the third floor here today with us.
To the far side, this is Houston, working their way through the middle. AC Houston, a strong showing in the 2023 USL League 2 season. Finished in 4th place in the Lone Star division, so very successful.
Yeah, I mean, they play against some tough teams, you know, a lot of quality, you know, competition out of Texas. You know, it must be a tough place to come out of and play in you know, the national stage, but they've been demonstrating, you know, success and made their way all the way here to Finley for a reason. So here we go again.
Chattanooga, lots of space to work with, stopping up shy of the 18, left off for Rodriguez and taken away effectively by AC Houston Sir. What a shutdown play by the Yellow Submarine. That was a wide open scoring chance, and he was cut off there by Bashir Bey. Chattanooga to the close touchline. Bashir Bey is certainly an athlete to keep your eye on. If you aren't familiar with his work, he has just been fantastic this season. Rodriguez on the far side, and the whistle sounds offside.
Yeah, Houston, what they have going forward is those counterattacks, but what is not really working out for them is that CFC has pretty fast defenders that can't keep up with those fast players. So it's either a change of strategy or, you know, things are not really looking good for Houston going forward.
This is Bashir Bey here with a long feed. Very fierce on the pitch, always very energetic, moving with the football, getting in on plays, always ready to drive the ball forward, and his energy is only matched by his understanding of the game. Always potentially involved in a crucial part of these attacks and scoring chances. This is another key player for the franchise here. Baliet down along the touchline. Baliet, center forward, captain of the team, born in Argentina, spent most of his youth playing at Dallas Baptist. Only player on the team to play professionally abroad and return from retirement this year to join El Sur. Those two have had quite the season put together for AC Houston.
Yeah, some quality players. I definitely recognize maybe a couple of them, and here they come.
The header, this one goes straight up and out of play. Slow to rise, hopefully he's all right. They'll take a moment to check on him. Zeka, thoughts on momentum so far? Has it shifted in favor of Chattanooga, or is Houston getting some back here?
No, everything so far has been on Chattanooga's side. You know, the lineup is working, the game plan is working. The most dangerous plays have been from Chattanooga, not a whole lot from Houston. And in my opinion, if they want to change this scenario, they're going to have to do a couple of shifts on their side. And, you know, so far they've been sitting back and defending, trying to, you know, prevent CFC to being successful, but that's not really working. CFC has the players to play in those tight spaces, as I've been mentioning. So it's either a change from them or things are definitely not going to be, you know, shifting the way it's going so far.
Luke Reddy is still down on the pitch, and they're checking on him, so we'll take a moment and the opportunity to talk a little more about Mr. Elton Bird and introduce the new bench boss, I guess front office boss, the new CEO of Chattanooga Football Club. First of all, welcome to the Scenic City. We're excited to have him, excited to see what he can bring to the franchise and the fans. Officially appointed this week and introduced via the media and press conference on Friday afternoon. He's had an impressive career spanning over 3 decades in global sports management, including roles at BSC Global and the WNBA's Atlanta Dream. Bird brings an extensive experience and a growth mindset to the table. He's also one of the greatest athletes in British Basketball League history, believe it or not, and his appointment promises to elevate the club's performance on and off the field and increase its already amazing engagement with the community. An exciting phase coming up for Chattanooga Football Club.
Yeah, very exciting to have a new face and stepping in, somebody with so much experience in sports. We're going to witness his first season and work directly, with one team being focused on soccer. So I think CFC fits that type of environment, giving somebody the opportunity and showing their skills and demonstrating what they know and growing, what we already have going forward here. So it's very exciting. CFC's taking a chance on somebody like Alton, and I haven't met him yet, but I've only heard good things. So for sure, let's everybody do a good job of welcoming him here and showing him, what we are about.
I loved his introductory speech. He's very excited to be a part of this city and this community, and this is a community-based football franchise. Chattanooga, Tennessee is a tough place, and you can just tell Alton gets it. Now, he's walking into the booth right now, so I don't know if us saying so many nice things about him brought him out.
That's right.
Certainly excited to hear from him and hear his thoughts on today so far and what he thinks of the franchise. I don't know if I want to give him too hard of a time about his basketball career to start, but Alton, thanks for joining us in the booth. I hope you're having a good time, and tell me what you're seeing down there.
Yeah, it's actually it's a great crowd for a Friday. The weather's almost perfect. I'm kind of really pleased at how fans have turned out, even though this isn't a league match. It is a cup match. And I think overall, I'm happy with how we're evolving. I was talking to Coach pregame, and he's obviously concerned about injuries in a match like this. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of hopeful that we get through this unscathed, and the weather stays the same, and the clouds have moved, so I'm all good. I'm all good.
It's a beautiful day for soccer here in Chattanooga, and I agree. I love seeing a good turnout. The CFC faithful, there's nothing quite like them in the Chattahooligans. They turn out, rain, thunder, it doesn't matter. They are here in full force.
Yes, they are. They are loud, proud, and authentic is the best way I could describe them. They believe in what they believe, and I can't be mad at them for that. I'm really happy that over 15 years, they have evolved. They have been really, really loyal. Their constituents really believe in what the club does and what we do in the community. And, we hope, certainly going forward, that we can grow it and help them continue to grow without kind of getting in their mix. I think it's always safe to have your supporters do what they do, as long as they're representative of the goals and values of the club. They have their own kind of values, and they align very well. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with the group known as the Hooligans, and they represent us really well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I know the name doesn't have a really good history in soccer, but I'm telling you, it doesn't get more friendly and family-oriented than those guys. Not only them, but that culture that might started there, it spreads the whole way across. Right. You're never gonna see any negativity. It's a very easy crowd to please. I remember when I was playing, we had a couple of bad results every once in a while, and they were still coming off all after the game and shaking our hands and just being thankful to have the opportunity to be out here with everybody and celebrating the game. So it's going to be an easy job for you. Those guys are pretty easy, I'm telling you that.
I have faith that term easy becomes a relative
Yeah.
Like it's gonna, our challenge and the opportunity for growth presents itself.
Right.
I think we have 15 years of history that we have to build on. I think we have more we can do in the community.
Right.
And I really think, that everybody in this club embraces that. That's why you see just about everybody from Chattanooga that is a constituent and lives in Chattanooga and represents this club. So I'm really optimistic of what's possible going forward, what it's going to look like, and how we can go about building something or building on top of something that we think would be representative of this city and of this club.
Well, I think that, we as members of the franchise are very excited to have you here, and your resume is so long, so extensive. You've done so many great things. What are some of the things about Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the Chattanooga Football Club that made you say, that's something that I want to be a part of and be a leader for?
I think through the whole process, I got a chance to observe what it looks like now, what it could look like. I got a chance to meet some really nice people, because what drives every decision we make, whether we like it or not, isn't always the money. It's usually, who do I get to work with, and what kind of people will I get to work with, and are they nice people? And as you get more experience, that becomes more important than any amount of money you make, because if you work with people that aren't so nice, and so it's kind of like I said at the press conference, like, I have not met one person, not one, who is either from Chattanooga or moved here, who had anything negative to say. Now, most people would love this to be a more cosmopolitan, bigger city, but the benefit of being in Chattanooga is you're 2 hours from Atlanta, you're 2 hours from Nashville, you're 2 hours from Alabama, Birmingham, and you're 2 hours from Knoxville. So if you want to go to a big city, get in your car, roll on. So it's a small enough but big enough city. People are very nice. People are even-keeled. It doesn't strike me that there's, I laugh when people talk about traffic here. What are y'all talking about? Traffic? There's no traffic here. You don't have enough cars to have traffic here. So, having lived in New York for the last 7 years,
oh man, you're like, traffic. This is great.
And before that, I lived in Atlanta, which is public enemy number 2 in the country in terms of traffic. LA is number 1, but Atlanta is 1B, and New York is 1C. So I haven't lived in LA, but I spent enough time there to know, oh my God. So this is a nice town. It has way more to offer, far more diverse than I thought. And people, I guess there's no drama here. I would call Chattanooga the no drama town, so far. Now, there might be drama if we go on a 6-game losing streak. There might be some drama.
I doubt that.
I'm pretty sure that Rod's got everything rolling. And look, we get through this year. We hopefully win it all. Hopefully we compete for a championship. And then we'll, then our off season, I always tell people, if you work in sports, there's no such thing as off season.
Right.
You don't have an off season. So we ramp up preparation for next season, and we start doing more in the community. We start getting more involved with youth groups. We start getting more involved with underserved communities. And I really hope our community efforts yield great results for the city of Chattanooga.
Yeah. I've been noticing and this year, the momentum, the club, everything around it, the partnerships that CFC has had it, and it's growing, and the bonds there around the club and everything we touch, everything we want to be part of and be a partner of. I mean, everything is very special. I think it's a very unique time at CFC's history where this momentum is just very exciting, and everybody has this optimistic view of the future, and it's very nice to see somebody like you seeing that as well, and maybe taking a chance in Chattanooga.
Yeah, and we all have lots to be optimistic about. This club has survived 15 years. They've gone from local league to amateur to semi-pro to pro, and look, we've kind of reached a level, within NISA that, you know, so far we're the best in the league.
Right.
Injuries, you know, the keys to championship, any athlete will tell you, you know, like, is staying healthy.
Right.
If you stay healthy, you got a chance to compete, right? Players will play hard, and if they're healthy, you have a chance to compete for championships. So, like, if you win cups because you're healthy, and I think this club has a chance to do it,
Right.
and I'm hopeful that because I don't know that our fans really care so much about winning. They care more about the experience. I hope next year we'll have more experiences for them. There'll be more for them to do, more for them to enjoy, and the football comes as a bonus.
Right.
That's when you know you have a great club.
Yeah, and the football has been very exciting this year. I mean, to say some of the games, some of the, you know, the results we've been seeing this year, I mean, very exciting. Tonight as well, I know we've been having a longer break than we expected, but it's been a great game so far.
Yeah, especially because we're up 2-0.
All right, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Zachy, you talked about the energy surrounding the franchise right now, and since I've walked in the door, it's been palpable. It's electric around the front office. I hope that it feels that same way if you're in the front row of the stands here inside of Finley Stadium,
Oh, yeah.
or if you're sitting on the edge of your couch at home, following along, turning the TV up and down. Do you feel that energy coming in the door?
I do, and it's really interesting. Like, you know, I've been to 3, 4, maybe 5 matches, and every time I walk in, I was like, I wasn't expecting that, and that was really cool. Or the just the experience and what it looks and feels like, and what I'm guessing that other teams who come here feel it as well. But when I walked in, I was shocked, quite frankly. Like, you know, this club, I think, easily outdraws everybody in NISA. And I'm pretty sure that there's some USL clubs that we outdraw. And think about the upside. Think about the possibilities, you know, if we make the customer experience and the fan experience better.
Right.
And it could be, you know, what you normally see, we hope to double.
Yeah.
We hope to grow so that there's a consistency around. I'm planning my life around Chattanooga FC.
Well, that's good to hear.
So we're gonna work hard to do that. We, you know, again, I've been here for 2 cups of coffee, and you know, I got time to really look at it, but I think organizationally we've got plenty of time to grow. We got to get that ambulance in the door. So somehow, I don't know how we're going to do it, but
it should be able to. It has happened before.
Yeah, but he's got to come down that ramp.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I'm really hopeful, and I'm really kind of looking forward to the opportunities of what this club can bring to the table and what we can do for the city and the community of Chattanooga.
I know you're still waiting on your 3rd cup of coffee, but what kinds of changes? Is there anything that you've seen coming in the door that might get people excited that you can share yet, or are you still in the discovery phase, which is definitely okay?
Yeah, I'm still in discovery. You know, we are looking at, you know, how to create more opportunities for our fans to connect with us, and that takes a little time to discover. I don't know, you know, anybody that I need to know in this city yet that I think would be able to help us, and so fundamentally, I'm still in discovery. I'm still looking at how we can maybe think out of the box. You know, how we can look at things that are more intentional about engaging with our fans more.
I mean, as you can see, I don't know if people has a look at the field, but the Houston's players been stretched out. Something looks like a very tough injury, and around him, not only the CFC players, but all the players involved on the game, giving him, you know, a nice message for him to get out of the game. But very nice moment. You can see a little bit of witness the culture of both teams, how how they deal with a tough situation like this.
That's great sportsmanship, and that's
Right.
a great testament to Chattanooga, Tennessee, the standing round of applause as he is taken off of the field. Hopefully he's all right and will recover with haste.
Yeah, tough
Yeah.
one to watch.
Well, let's pray for his good health, and you know, it's good to see. Hopefully, it doesn't impact Houston as much. It impacts everybody when injuries happen in sports.
Right.
I'm a guy that knows because I've had a few myself, but I wish the best for him. I hope that he recovers well.
Right. Yeah, let's see how many extra minutes we're gonna have, but I'm assuming
That should be interesting.
30 minutes of added time.
I'm assuming at least 20 or something like that.
Brady Box will take his place on the pitch. We're coming up on the 42nd minute. It is 2-0 Chattanooga Football Club hosting AC Houston Sur of the USL 2 side in the Independent Cup final here on 11 Sports and FIFA Plus in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Gabriel Schrei, Zeka Fejas, Elton Bird. Thank you for being with us here in the booth. Very exciting.
Yeah, just wanted to stop by, say hello. This is my first foray up here, so just wanted to get a sense of where you were, and thank you guys for having me. It's really good to be up here, and I promise I'll come visit more often.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you for
please,
coming.
All right, thanks, guys.
Elton Bird, the new CEO, commanding officer for Chattanooga Football Club. Can't wait to see how things shake out with him at the helm. 2-0 here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. A pretty significant injury on the AC Houston Sur side. And a significant delay because of that. About 20 of the last minutes we did not play here, Zeka.
Yeah, I mean, the game had to be stopped. I mean, something very serious that just happened, so hopefully.
Houston, long ball, wide right. Good look.
Yeah, not a bad chance.
Couldn't quite put that on net.
But yeah, CFC got caught wide open there. Houston did well, took their chance. Not the exact finish they wanted, but for sure, the first time we've seen them creating that kind of chance here on the first half, which might look late on the first half, but believe me, it's not late on the first half. Still early.
Stripling. Back to Bowers. Bowers teed it up. Chattanooga Football Club on the back and examining the pitch, how they're going to pick their way up the field. Zach, after a delay like that, how do you deal with the shift in momentum?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, CFC had so many things going for them. You can definitely notice that the players switched off a bit. I mean, some missed passes, trying to get out of our half, which Houston's probably thankful for, and trying to create from that.
Baliette lost that momentarily to Chattanooga Football Club. CFC maintaining possession on the back, now working their way into the middle third. Stripling taking his time, looking both ways. Alvarenga from the center circle, looking back door up on the corner of the 18. Rodriguez looking to the interior, and this one goes wide. Looking for tonight's captain, Alex McGrath. McGrath, 2 goals, 3 assists this season.
Important to have McGrath on the field today, as we've noticed so many changes, but having somebody with so much experience who's been so important for the club, it demonstrates CFC intent of, you know, hey, we're going to give people chances, but we're still going to have our top guys out there. McGrath definitely one of them, and still showing that tonight, having a great game so far.
So we have 17 minutes of added time here inside of Fort Finley. That's fairly unorthodox.
Yeah, you don't see that often. Of course, unusual situation which you got to be respectful for, and it calls for minutes that were definitely given and used for the player who needed to be treated and cared for with a serious injury.
This is Cuevas to throw in for Houston. AC Houston Sur, the Yellow Submarine, trailing 2-0 here on 11 Sports, FIFA Plus, NISA League, Independent Cup Final. The pro side, Chattanooga Football Club, playing host in their home stadium, Fort Finley in Chattanooga, Tennessee. CFC trying to work this towards the center of the pitch, a battle for the football. Bashir Bey in pursuit. Chattanooga, 2 quick passes strung together from the far touchline. Back to Garcia Sosa. He turns a half circle, leaves it off for tonight's captain. McGrath and Chattanooga working their way into the center third. McGrath feeling a bit of pressure, left it off. Chattanooga's McGrath. Long feed, this one arcing up the pitch and gathered down on the edge of the 18 by Armand, who comes out to greet the football. Chattanooga looking to clean it up. Lopez loses the football. Rodriguez wanted Alvarenga. Rodriguez with it all the way back. Chattanooga resetting. McGrath. This one just chipped back towards the center field stripe. Chattanooga, the long feed again. Juan Luis showing off those dicey moves, beats out one defender. Centered up, McGrath to the far side of the pitch. McGrath again with the football. Pursued by Baliet. 2 quick passes, Stripling. Nearly lost this one. Chattanooga's Bowers keeps possession. And all the way back, CFC will reset with the football.
Yeah, CFC getting back to their momentum, you know, keeping the ball very well in front of Houston's boxes and almost creating a goal opportunity there with the ball being caught while it was being played back to Houston's goalkeeper. Unfortunately, not a goal from that situation, but CFC demonstrating its dominance here as we move forward on the first half and getting back on things on track.
Chattanooga from the center circle. Alvarenga wanted Rodriguez. This one deflected away. Good play defensively there. Lynch able to shut that down. Chattanooga still with the football. McGrath wants the long feed just along the 18. Battle for the football. He's got it on the corner of the goal box, and this one skying away from the pitch. AC Houston with a shutdown play.
What a piece of skill by So, you know, moving himself in a deep position, keeping the ball well, dribbling inside of the box, almost getting across of a shot, you know, for sure showing his abilities and qualities while he's having this opportunity to start tonight.
Louis on the corner of the 18, looking to the interior and gathered again by Armand. Armand has allowed 2 goals tonight, but he is playing well.
Yeah, I mean, he has, you know, really good hands, you know, a quick goalkeeper, not very tall, but definitely a good shot stopper. So, you know, for sure qualities from him. And the score sheet could have been worse if it wasn't from him tonight. So keeping Houston in the game at the moment.
Long feed, Athletic Club Houston. Far side, just in the touchline, looking down low. Left off on the corner of the 18. Long shot, this one too much juice on it. Back up onto the grass and to a group of kids.
Yeah, well, that's what Houston has tonight, you know, those counter-attack opportunities. Some fast players, pacey. We saw a shot here, definitely not on target, but for sure quality and speed from their front line.
At the midway point of the season for Chattanooga Football Club in the NISA regular season, they lead the pack, 31 total points in the standings. They dominate the table. 9 victories, 4 draws, and undefeated, a stunning goal difference of plus 19. Albion San Diego following in second. 7 wins, 3 draws. Third spot claimed by the Bobcats of Maryland. They've got 20 points, 6 wins, 2 draws. Far side football skying towards and off of the edge of the pitch. Chattanooga last season made it to the NISA semifinal, lost to the Michigan Stars in that match. Of course, they just beat them here at home 2-0 a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, we start to, you know, talk about playoffs. We're moving over that hump of the mid-season, looking, to the horizon, seeing those late league games coming up and what's that going to look like for the club, and who we're going to be playing. People start talking about it for sure. Those conversations, we're going to see them more and more often as we move down the calendar.
Well, I loved the confidence of the new commander-in-chief of Chattanooga Football Club. Elton says, yeah, we're going to win the championship. I love it.
Well, you have to have some sort of attitude, to be in this business. You have to have confidence. CFC has everything, every right to believe that this year could be accomplished. For sure, we're looking at something special so far, and those players know it, and they have demonstrated why we should be talking this way.
I think there'll be some good balance and a good ability to play off of each other between Elton and Rod too, just based off of hearing them both speak and the things they say about winning.
Yeah, it would be a good partnership. I'm sure the club thought about that at the hiring process. I'm sure Rod was also probably involved in that.
Baliet flipped up to Cuevas. Cuevas wanted to go down to Brighton. This one rolls over the end line and off of the pitch. We're into the 7th minute of added time. It's 2-0 Chattanooga Football Club. The NISA League Independent Cup Final in the Southeast region. CFC hosting AC Houston Sur of the USL2 side. We're coming to you live via 11 Sports and FIFA Plus from Finley Stadium in Chattanooga. Chattanooga with the football. AC Houston back in that defensive shell. They've been pulling that card all night, and it's worked fairly well for them.
Yeah, but if they want to get something out of this game, I'm not sure if they're going to change here in the first half, but I expect the second half might be different.
A little whiteboard time never hurts. What a play by Alex McGrath. Nifty pass as well, but it's off the mark. This one escapes the pitch. Chattanooga Football Club will keep the ball. Stripling to McGrath. McGrath centered up to So. Jungwoo in danger. Turn to half circle to avoid Chattanooga in the center circle. Jungwoo. The long feed to the close side. Back and forth they go. Stripling all the way back to Jungwoo. Left off far side, Chattanooga. Chipping this back and forth. There's a pullback pass, close side. Rodriguez showing off that footwork. Doesn't like the pressure, so he flips the football to Stripling. Rodriguez again a chance to move with the ball. McGrath, Alex McGrath and Stripling. Passing this back and forth. Stripling biding his time down near the touch line as this one escapes the field. He'll throw in. Colin taking his time, likes the look of Lopez in the corner. Lenny Lopez dicing it up. Lots of heat, looking for Jungwoo So. AC Houston wants to clear this. Possession lost momentarily by Lynch. Houston regathers. Yellow Submarine, far side, picking their way up the field of play. Lynch nearly sends this over the touchline, and Chattanooga gets the takeaway. All the way back to Jonathan Burke as Chattanooga Football Club resets here on added time. 17 minutes of added time following an injury. We've played 10 of those minutes. That's some serious weirdness.
Yeah, we're going all the way to what, 62, the 62nd minute.
Big collision down on the turf, no whistle. Brighton Sioux got a hand up. Multiple players closing in on 5,000 minutes for Chattanooga Football Club. Of course, Antoine is paused for tonight at his Nagelstadt. Antoine at 4,100, Nagelstadt at 4,200. Aiden Bowers, 4,800 minutes played, 33 wins for Chattanooga Football Club. Alex McGrath, 4,800 minutes played, 29 career wins in NISA.
Yeah, some players stacking up the numbers, being important, but you see rotation around that as well. So CFC demonstrating its depth tonight and giving people opportunity to build that resume and get something, you know, they can hold for moving forward, because, you know, everybody's going to be important. It's going to take a whole team effort. As we know, have a long season. We're just getting through halfway of that, and a lot of games to go.
Owen Lewis responsible for the breakup on that play. Here's the corner kick, delivered backdoor. This one loose on the edge of the goal box. Owen Lewis trying to break it up again. Chattanooga Football Club player goes down to the turf, and the whistle sounds, much to the enjoyment of the home crowd.
Yeah, it's a PK. The ball, as we've seen before, being played to the back post, and Bowers doing a great job of keeping it in his foot, you know, and then with his dribbling gets taken out. Referee sees it, catches the penalty, which I haven't seen a whole lot of argument from Houston, which leads me to believe that it was a fact of foul.
Armand, the goalkeeper, he's allowed 2 this evening in the NISA Independent Cup Final. Chattanooga will take the kick. It's Alex McGrath. There's the signal. McGrath approaches, fires right side, and finds Twine. 3-0 Chattanooga Football Club. His 3rd goal of the season.
McGrath stepping up, you know, the captain tonight, with a lot of confidence, sending the ball to the back of the net. You know, he knew where he was gonna put that ball, and he did it to perfection. Not a whole lot of chances for the goalkeeper, who went to the correct side of the ball, but it was too fast. The ball was kicked too hard, and a nice goal. CFC getting on 3 goals on the board tonight, you know, making Houston's life difficult. I'm expecting, you know, Coach Raw to be mindful of that. Maybe some more subs coming up here as we get close to the halfway line of this game.
$3-0 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. 11 Sports, FIFA Plus. AC Houston Sir of the USL 2 side. Battling pro side, NISA League leaders, Chattanooga Football Club. CFC leading 3-0 in their home stadium in front of a great turnout. Collision here, and the whistle immediately. This one appears to be against Chattanooga. All smiles as they shake hands and shake that one off.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a competitive match, you haven't noticed the teams, you know, turning their backs to one another. It's still a very friendly environment. Even, you know, people getting tired and frustration builds on Houston's side. You know, everybody has kept their composure, which is nice to see on a night like tonight. Nothing off the ball needed, you know, to take away of this beautiful night we have here in Philly Stadium.
Cuevas leaves it off. Here's the long delivery down inside, headed away from the edge of the goal box. AC Houston regathering the football, still working with it quickly. Close side, Bashir Bey, long delivery, gloved at, lost. Chattanooga swipes at the football. It's still alive right out in front. Burke is back in goal, and now the whistle sounds before Houston can fire off another shot.
Well, there was a chance for Houston. You know, if they had a clear chance on the first half, that was it. Burke, unfortunately, missing the ball as he came to claim and dropping it right in front of his goal with an open net, which CFC's defenders, for their credit, were quick to react and prevent, you know, an open shot, which would have led to a goal for Houston tonight.
Chattanooga. Lopez on the far side, just along the 18 to the corner. Garcia Sosa. To So, he gave it right back to him. Nearing the end of added time here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We played 16 of 17 added minutes following an injury. Alvarenga walking up to the 18. Lenny Lopez, this one swatted at. Houston loses it over the end line, unable to regather. Brady Box was able to break up the scoring chance for Lopez. Chattahooligans getting loud. The rest of the stands are joining them. Chattanooga, a corner kick. They lead 3-0. Here's the delivery from McGrath. The howitzer headed at, going straight up, floating towards us. And this one stays, well, I thought it stayed alive, but it's just over the touchline. And so that'll do it for the first half of play in the NISA League Independent Cup Final. What an exhilarating first half it was. And Chattanooga Football Club leads 3-0 on 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. Zeka, so many unexpected portions of that first half. What sticks out to you going to whiteboard time?
Well, for me, what sticks out for me is CFC's composure. You know, changing up the lineup, but still performing at a higher level, at a high level from throughout the whole team. And you know, we saw a situation of a player going down, needing some extra care, some needing care, you know, for sure a serious injury, but coming back from that, the team still didn't let that affect its way and got a goal, you know, as you know, we saw the first half developing, and you know, CFC 3-0. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better half for a night like tonight.
Absolutely. More of the NISA Independent Cup Final in a moment. It's the halftime break on 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. In the scenic city, Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm Gabriel Schrei here alongside Zeka Fejas. It's the NISA League Independent Cup Final for the Southeast. AC Houston, Sur of the USL 2 side, is trailing 3-0 to the Chattanooga Football Club, who is hot tonight. They've been hot all season, undefeated on the year in NISA League play, and they just continue their success. Chattanooga Football Club. A couple of changes. Richard Dixon, the captain, onto the pitch. Anatoly Preprelitsa onto the pitch as well.
Yeah, CFC changing a little bit the lineup. I believe Stripling, McGrath, and Bowers were the one that gave room for those three to come up. And, you know, CFC for sure bringing some of their starters on regular league play in, which we believe and we have total confidence that the level is going to be kept. You know, those players coming fresh legs, wanted to, you know, get in and get some minutes and perform well in front of the crowd, which something has to be said. Decent numbers on the stands tonight, which makes it up for a good environment, you know, for a cup being played tonight with a trophy on the line. So excited to see this second half kicking off.
This is so to Richard Dixon, the captain. Richard Dixon, a staple of the Chattanooga Football Club for years. Such a crucial piece of this offense, of this franchise. One of the best goal differentials in the league. Just continuing his success. Exciting to see him play anytime we get to. It's really a treat to watch Richard play.
Yeah, it gives you confidence knowing that you have somebody on the field that performs and is so constant with his playing. So it gives you even more confidence that, you know, the second half should go CFC's way when Richard is on the field.
Richard, one of the oldest players in NISA. Oldest player on the Chattanooga Football Club roster at 33 years old. The youngest player is Damian Rodriguez, local product of Dalton, Georgia. Oldest player on the roster for AC Houston, Dave Bolliette, 32 years old. Santiago Bolivar, the youngest player at 20 years old.
Yeah, something has to be said about the aging of soccer player these days. You know, with so much infrastructure and the medicine development, we see players getting up there in age but still performing well. And for sure, that's the case for Richard and all those players, you know, turning 30 and going to their late years in their career, still demonstrating a lot of energy, a lot of physicality. And, you know, I think CFC should take an opportunity on those guys because they have the character, the mentality that we need to continue the growth that we've seen on this club. So youth is important, you know, for any club and any athletic team that play any sport, but something has to be said for those mature players that take care of themselves and still perform at a high level later on their career.
That's a long delivery, skied to the backside. Chattanooga looking to the interior, being harassed, flipped over to the captain, Dixon. Dixon moved it to Garcia Sosa. Perez back up to Alvarenga. Alvarenga, lots of pressure there. This one sent out of play by Sordelli. Chattanooga working to the close side. Jungwoo not liking the positioning of the Houston players, so he gives it to Prepelica. Anatoly Prepelica has been a force to be reckoned with in NISA this season. The Moldovan giant has been effective in set pieces. He's been great on the back. So much fun to watch him play.
Yeah, important piece of CFC's defense and the reason why we have, you know, so many games in and still undefeated.
Louis fires this one, too much on it, goes high. A good look for Chattanooga Football Club as Juan Louis diced his way down in front of the goal box and delivered the shot.
Yeah, not a bad chance. A great move, great pieces of skill from Louis. A good shot as well, who just was really close to the top bar, and, you know, it was inches close to a CFC and score another goal.
And the shot comes and is saved with the whistle before he gets that off.
CFC's pressing, still maintaining the high press line on Houston's attempt to get out of their defensive half.
Fed to the close side, the Yellow Submarine looking down low along the touchline to Waldron, and Waldron gave it off. Long feed, headered at, still moving in the right direction for the Submarine, but now goes up into row C. The fans love that. Near the middle third of the pitch, taken away from Rodriguez. Lots of contact between Rodriguez and Sordelli. Far side, Yellow Submarine picking their way down the pitch, and this one is lost over the touchline. Rodriguez got a boot on that. Throw-in will come from Lewis. A long throw-in from Owen Lewis, headed at by Perez, cleared away momentarily and unable to be redirected effectively by Houston.
Yeah, that was an interesting attempt. The ball still rolls and to the side with a throw-in, which I believe Houston's player was trying to shoot on goal, but it was a tough shot.
Jungwoo will throw in for Chattanooga. Louis pursuing the football, kept alive just along the touchline there by Brady Box. Box and Houston working it up the pitch. A good feed there by Baliet, but he couldn't string anything together, so as we enter the 52nd minute, Chattanooga will clear this away. Perez with the fake, rolled close side to the Moldovan. Jungwoo to the center and the captain. Chattanooga looking for an opportunity to move the football. and they seem to be happy to burn as much clock as they possibly can, leading 3-0, just opening up the second half.
Yeah, with this score the way it is, CFC for sure is going to slow things down, you know, trying to run the clock, avoid added minutes, and it might be different Houston's perspective when, you know, they want to slow down the game and gain as much chances going deep into the second half with more minutes as possible, because they're going to need, if they're looking to get anything out of this game tonight.
Brighton looking for the call, doesn't get it. Chattanooga reestablishes possession. Perez on the far side, towards the middle of the pitch, back and forth go Chattanooga. Alvarenga skying this one, has a good look. Garcia Sosa, he's cut off in a collision between Sosa and Box.
A great run by Garcia, who saw the gap on Houston's defense. You know, he comes off the midfield and make a deep run behind Houston's back line. Unfortunately, the timing of the run wasn't as well performed when the pass was fed through and he was caught offside. But again, very close and a good intention there, CFC trying to build differently here and creating opportunities we haven't seen yet on this game.
Dixon with a takeaway just in the touchline, trying to go around this defender. A nifty move, being pursued heavily by Waldron. Chattanooga. Garcia Sosa touched it to the inside, unable to keep this one away from the boots of Bay, but the whistle before Houston can string anything together.
Yeah, CFC has to be careful, even though we are in most of the plays, you know, with good positions to receive the ball. We have to understand that Houston's going to be right there with us, playing physical. So in order for us to maintain the ball and playing clean, we're going to have to as well step up the game a little bit so we don't miss opportunities and miss passes in places we shouldn't.
Close side. Yellow Submarine lose the football. Bashir Bay trying to maintain possession in a big collision there. Chattanooga's man still down, holding his shin. Garcia Sosa opened scoring tonight just prior to the 10th minute with a long ball and a yellow card for the injury he just sustained.
Number 9, Kareem Bashir Bay.
That's long range, Zeka, but that's doable.
Yeah, I believe we're going to see a cross from that position, you know. We saw some players stepping in who love to have an opportunity with a header, such as Prepelica. So hopefully they'll find our target players there, him, Lopez, Capizzucci, our target players there in the box right now.
Alvarenga leaves it. Garcia Sosa delivered to Lenny Lopez. He looked for the header, still loose. Stripling can't get a boot on it, and cleared away carefully by the Yellow Submarine. Felipe Diaz cleared it. Here's another chance, and Armand greets the football with his gloves, just shoving it out of the goal box. Houston in some danger there, and Armand with a nice little save, had good eyes for the football.
Yeah, a deep cross. Goalkeeper came out well, you know, defending that and cleared the ball. CFC with opportunities from a set pace once more.
Chattanooga all the way back. Captain Richard Dixon to Burke. Burke being chased by Bashir Bay. Not liking the pressure. Perez. Chattanooga's Perez. Long delivery. Winding to the close side. Juan Louis. Turning to the inside. Snaking his way. Flips it to the far touchline. Rodriguez with the nifty footwork. Alvarenga takes the football off of him. Alvarenga heavily defended by Sordelli. Coming back to Jungwoo. Down to Garcia Sosa around one defender. Football comes right back to him. Gathered up on the toes of his golden boots. Chipped inside. Lenny Lopez wanted it. Football is gathered by Houston's Brady Box. Yellow Submarine. This one skying its way down over the midfield stripe, and Prepelica will get the football and touch it back to Jonathan Burke.
Yeah, Houston already noticeably changing their strategy, you know, pressing CFC on their half this time, you know, something we haven't seen tonight, which I believe the way the conditions of the game, the temperatures, the traveling, it's going to be hard for them to keep up with the press and, you know, accounting for CFC's quality of playing out of that.
Long ball over to Rodriguez. He's working his way towards the 18, centered to Alvarenga. The nutmeg. Football comes right back to him from Lenny Lopez. Jungwoo, close side. Juan Louis on the corner of the 18. Louis doesn't like how many defenders are in there, and he's struggling to maintain possession as this goes behind the boots of Jungwoo and over the touchline. A couple of beautiful moves right there, just unable to keep possession of the football. Yellow Submarine will gladly take it back. Waldron will throw in. Midway through the 58th minute, Chattanooga Football Club hosting AC Houston SIR, USL 2 side in the Independent Cup final for the Southeast region. We're coming to you live via 11 Sports and FIFA Plus from the heart of Chattanooga, Tennessee, the Scenic City. 3-0, Chattanooga Football Club leading. Pro Side Club, they have been dominant all season in NISA League play. They are undefeated. 9 wins, 4 draws. Tonight playing host to the 18, 1-8. 18 wins, 8 losses. AC Houston SIR, the Yellow Submarine. Submarine having a lot of fun, and this is a great friendly match here in the Independent Cup final.
Yeah. You wouldn't think there's a trophy on the line by the way the game has been played, which I believe, you know, there's nothing wrong with that attitude, even though it is a competitive match. Both teams understanding their situation, their, you know, where they are in their history. CFC with so much quality coming in, and Houston with an opportunity to display their game against CFC, and so far the game is going as expected.
Perez with a long delivery. This is the far side. Rodriguez struggling to maintain possession, taken away by Cuevas. Yellow Submarine stripped back away by Alvarenga. Football is loose momentarily, regathered by Sordelli. Houston strings together a couple of passes, working their way into the middle third of the field. Long ball cut off by Perez, vying for possession. This is Prepelica. Across the edge of the center circle, close side to Juan Louis. Juan Louis, he's got a lot of yardage here. Stops it up. Kind of got cut off, didn't like the look. Alvarenga, Lopez, and Dixon. Richard Dixon, the captain, slowing things up. Chattanooga Football Club taking their time on this next opportunity. 48 clubs participating in the NISA Independent Cup this season, showcasing vibrant soccer talent from all regions, and it all culminate in this clash, the Independent Cup final, bringing together Chattanooga FC and Houston SIR in this thrilling showdown. CFC obviously loaded up with skill and talent. AC Houston SIR has defied the odds as the formidable underdog, and this is a great celebration of unity, passion, and just love for the game of soccer, the beautiful game.
Yeah, a nice effort by NISA, giving the opportunity for smaller clubs to showcase their game against, you know, the teams that play on their professional league. Houston making their way up here, and I think this cut marks, you know, halfway through the season, a good break for the teams to, you know, change it up a little bit of what they've been doing. You know, in the league sometimes they end up playing the same teams over and over again. Just, you know, breaking that schedule, it's a good thing. You know, definitely a lot of positives. Hard to think of any negatives from a game like tonight.
Juan Louis and Alvarenga taken away here. Bashir Bey lost immediately back to Chattanooga Football Club. Thought Houston might get something going there. Chattanooga shuts it down. Perez, long ball, and he's looking for Rodriguez, just overshoots him. Cuevas will go ahead and help Chattanooga out as he puts this over the touchline. Thrown in, Chattanooga Football Club's Richard Dixon. Alvarenga back to him, the captain. surveying the field about him. It's kind of sad to have the American football lines on the pitch.
Yeah, you know, UTC's football season probably coming up. They're using this field to practice. Yeah, it takes away a little bit of the environment, I believe, when we have that many lines on top of the soccer field. But you know, something we do here in this country, and nothing unusual. But going forward, we would love to see, you know, the soccer lines only. But it's a tough ask when we have a field that's used by other teams in other sports.
University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. This is their home stadium as well. Here's a couple of good-looking passes. Perez on the edge of the 18. Wow, from the penalty arc. He wanted Juan Louis, who was all alone, kind of hiding just inside of the channel in the 18, and just missed him on the pass. Would have been a fantastic opportunity. Midway through the 63rd minute, 3-0 Chattanooga Football Club. They're leading the NISA Independent Cup Final against AC Houston Sir. 11 Sports, FIFA Plus, Gabriel Schreiz, Zeka Fejas. You're with us. We're live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is a long one. Here's the delivery, skying towards the goal box and headed away by Prepelica. Using the height, using the athleticism, he puts himself way up to get a helmet on the football. Owen Lewis slow to rise for AC Houston Sir. Next match for Chattanooga Football Club on Thursday, August 5th, playing the Savannah Clovers. That's here inside of Finley Stadium. Long delivery on the throw-in, cleared away by Chattanooga immediately. Prepelica with another clearing play. AC Houston. Yellow Submarine trying to string together a pair of passes, taken away by Chattanooga momentarily. Regathered, Bashir Bey left outside, long delivery escapes and is over the goal line. Chattanooga on the back. They'll work their way carefully up the pitch. Boys in blue turning north. Long pass now to Perez. Joseph Perez all the way back. Prepelica. He goes up to the captain. Bashir Bey harassing him. 3 defenders there. Lopez, the outlet pass. Chattanooga right up the midfield stripe. To Jungwoo. Jungwoo So walking his way up the field of play. Close side, Juan Louis. Louis galloping with the football. Gave it back to Jungwoo So, who's looking to him. Double teamed immediately, and Brighton Sue nearly forces the turnover. Chattanooga still with a football. Sue runs down a man. Garcia Sosa tumbles to the turf. One thing that's an interesting note about these two clubs, the quantity of international players. 7 international players for Chattanooga Football Club, including Dixon, Jungwoo, Antoine, Juan Louis, Mawape, Prepelica. 13 international players Pretty high number, the highest I've seen all season for AC Houston Sir.
Yeah, that's common for the lower league soccer in America, as you have, you know, players in college who still can perform in that level. Yeah, so the presence is not unfamiliar for me, which CFC has definitely an international base as well.
Garcia Sosa leaves it. Alvarenga, long delivery and booted away carefully by the Yellow Submarine. Chattanooga wants to regather, and a double hookup. Sordelli got it away from the goal box. Brighton Sue able to clear it to the middle of the pitch. Chattanooga back to Alvarenga. The captain, Richard Dixon, on the edge of the center circle. Gently touched that over to Alvarenga. Long delivery, close side. Juan Luis on the corner of the 18. Fakes, passes it off. Back to him. He's got space. Centering feed, and this one cleared by AC Houston Sir. What a save. That was nearly a goal with no interference. It almost came off of the boot of a Yellow Submariner.
Yeah, what a play by Luis and Sosa combining, you know, a lot of numbers in front of them, but when 1-2 give and go breaks down that defensive shape of Houston and creates a dangerous opportunity, which, you know, with a good cross like that from Juan Luis, you know, anything can happen. And as we saw, almost an own goal, which would have been credit for that player, Luis, playing that ball across, which again is a very dangerous ball to defend and almost a beautiful goal for CFC.
Bashir Bey went down. AC Houston Sir maintains possession. Player to watch for scoring down here for Chattanooga fans who are unfamiliar and NISA League fans who are unfamiliar is number 10. That's Dave Balliet. 11 goals, 7 assists throughout the course of this season. That's all games played, not just league games in the USL or cup games, obviously.
Yeah, good player.
2 big wins in the Southeast bracket to get here for the Yellow Submarine. Decisive victory over Sali FC from Mexico's 2nd Division, 1-0, and a dominant 5-1 victory Chattanooga to Richard Dixon. Jungwoo looking to the close touchline. It's Juan Luis again. He's been dangerous. Football stripped away. Brighton trying to keep it alive on the goal line. This one slips out of play on him. Good hustle. We've reached the 70th minute. It's 3-0 in the Independent Cup final for the NISA League. Chattanooga Football Club leading AC Houston Sir on 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. Coming to you live from the heart of the scenic city, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Finley Stadium. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with my good friend Zeka Fejas. What a beautiful night for soccer. Good turnout, good crowd.
Yeah, it cooled off a little bit. There's a nice breeze coming through, so I'm sure the players are thankful for that, which helps the level to be maintained here late on the second half. Of course, we're definitely a lot later than we expected at the 70th minute, but the temperature's helping the game stay in a high level.
Luis, all the way back to Prepelica. He touches this towards that midfield stripe, Chattanooga. Back and forth he goes with the captain. Football escapes his reach momentarily. Last 3 games for Chattanooga Football Club. 3-0 win over Los Angeles Force, that was at home. Then a 2-0 victory over the Michigan Stars, followed by a draw midweek against the Maryland Bobcats. That was 1-1 just a few days ago on the 19th of July. Next contest following tonight, a home match, August 5th against Savannah Clovers FC. Get your tickets now. Don't wait until day of. They're less expensive, too, if you don't wait until the day of.
Oh, yeah. Smart to get them ahead and not have to worry about, you know, dealing with that at the day of the game.
ChattanoogaFC.com. Click onto the Tickets tab, located in the top navigation bar. We would love to have you join us here. I think Alton made some really good points about what coming to a CFC match is all about. You know, there's so many things going on off of the pitch. I mean, it's really kind of like going to a fairgrounds almost. It's just a lot going on, and there's a lot of fun, and the community just loves this football team.
Yeah, it's a fan-based experience where CFC has done a good job of providing, you know, good attractions for the fans, you know, quality food, drinks, you know, friendly environment for the kids to be running around all over the place. And we noticed from him that's something that he's going to try to keep. If not, I mean, most likely to improve, because somebody with that amount of experience, you know, for sure, with some great thoughts coming in and improving what has been great so far and what CFC has going for it in a positive way.
Alvarenga showing off the footwork, launched this one, backside. This is Rodriguez examining his options. Left off, Perez, heavily defended here by Lynch. Perez gave it off. Chattanooga working their way towards the center of the pitch. Jungwoo, touch to Alvarenga. Alvarenga, close side. Juan Louis, he's been a bit of a magician this evening. Here's the footwork again. Look at those pink boots move. Back to Dixon. Dixon to Garcia Sosa. Jungwoo touches the football. Heavily defended by Bashir Bey. Collision here. And AC Houston does not get the football cleanly. Substitution coming for the Submarine.
It's time for a moment's silence substitution for AC Houston. Entering the match, number 20.
Substitutions coming for Chattanooga Football Club as well. Submarine are sending Rivas onto the field. Andrees had a wonderful season, wonderful campaign for AC Houston. Chattanooga Football Club is sending on a man who is on record watch. Number 99, Marcus Naglestad.
Wow. I mean, if this game, you know, has been slowed down a lot here on the second half, now everybody has something to look forward to, which is having Marcus on the field with that, you know, possibility of him breaking a special record tonight. We know with the amount of goals he has scored, and then, you know, one more would do it. And you know, it could be it. I mean, seeing him stepping on the pitch, I mean, gives me a lot of hope for the way the game is going so far. And here it is.
Zach, I hope you've appreciated watching me try so hard to be an unbiased announcer for this season. Just so excited off camera, you know, throwing my fist in the air, but I'm cheering for everybody. When you listen to me on tape, I can't. I'm too excited.
Yeah, that one is
Marcus.
hard to maintain the composure because when you see him stepping up, which I did not expect tonight, to be honest. I expect him to have a full night's of rest, but here he is, the man with a mission and with the opportunity to make history tonight.
Jesus Ibarra onto the pitch as well, wearing number 58. Calvin Muwape has received a change onto the field of play. He's wearing number 22. He's on screen for you. Near the bottom left center. Marcus Naglestad, tied for all-time leading scorer for Chattanooga Football Club at 52 career goals, is standing in the top center of your screen. We're into the 76th minute here in the NISA League Independent Cup Final. Chattanooga Football Club playing host to AC Houston Sur, the Yellow Submarine of USL 2. Marcus Naglestad won the Golden Boot last season. Such an excellent player. 19 goals last season. He has 10 this year, leading the Golden Boot race. 37 NISA League regular season goals. Chattanooga, far side, just along the touchline. To the midfield stripe. Now Dixon, the captain, in danger, stripped away. Yellow Submarine, they want the long goal, and Burke gets a bit of good luck as he dives for the football.
Wow, that would have been some goal. Great effort by Houston. Noticing the goalkeeper backpedaling, trying to rush back to the line. Almost caught them Burke off guard, but luckily that went out of bounds.
Chattanooga Football Club on the back. Leading 3-0, Prepelica. Touched over to Perez. Richard Nixon. Chattanooga Football Club in the middle of the greatest season in franchise history. Last season, obviously, setting a benchmark that was so high, it was hard to imagine them performing better than that, but this season they have. Naglestad dished close side. Kelvin Mawape. Mawape along the penalty arc, looking to the interior. Doesn't like that. Naglestad on the corner of the 18. Dished up top. Ibarra has this sent out of play. Bashir Bey. Too much heat. A corner kick coming for Chattanooga Football Club. Garcia Sosa and Alvarenga on the corner. Alvarenga will deliver. Garcia Sosa back to Alvarenga. Touched to So. Up to the touchline. Chattanooga Football Club looking to Jungwoo again. He's turning about, doesn't like any direction here. Alvarenga in trouble, feeling the pressure from the side. Alvarenga looking to escape Perez, came close side to Prepelica. Chattanooga all the way back near the midfield stripe. Along the touchline, Perez beat out one defender. Jesus Ibarra loses the football. Bashir Bey gathers possession for the Yellow Submarine. This one, pull back, sent up the pitch, and headed out of play by Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga delivered close side along the corner of the 18. Kelvin Mawape. Mawape to Alvarenga. Alvarenga, laser, it's loose and gathered up by Armand.
Great effort there by Beto. A lot of traffic in front of the goalkeeper. He shoots hard and low. Almost catches the goalkeeper unprepared, but he catches the ball after, giving up a rebound. Marcos was right there. I'm not gonna lie, I saw that ball going to his feet, which, the goalkeeper prevented. But CFC for sure trying again those chances.
Long shot, and this one is a goal. AC Houston, sir, the Yellow Submarine get one back. It's 3-1 in the NISA League Independent Cup Final. What a way to get the long goal.
I mean, we've seen those efforts before. I mean, previously going out of bounds, but now Houston's player, which I believe was the same guy that has been trying that for a while, catches the goalkeeper again unprepared. I mean, nothing Burke could have done. He was in the right position. And again, an unfortunate mistake in the middle and a giveaway. Ends up a good goal from Houston, though. They deserve it, Nice to see them getting the score sheet.
Dave Baliette with a score. Jesus Ibarra wants to respond. 4 defenders there. This comes off of the boots of one of them. AC Houston, sir, looking to clear the football. Kept in the touchline, deking about. In a bit of danger, this one working its way up the pitch, knifed at by a few defenders. Perez wants to beat out AC Houston. Football still loose. Jungwoo reaches it first, and Jonathan Burke now with the ball. Burke to Jungwoo. Chased down by Bashir Bey. Here's another chance for AC Houston, trying to keep this on the pitch, and it'll roll over the touchline close side.
Yeah, things not looking too clean for CFC at the end of this second half, which I'm sure the players, the coaching staff is not super happy about. But to give credit to Houston, they're still pressing, they're trying, they're giving their 100% effort all the way, to the 82nd minute mark, which, is an impressive thing to do, and it shows what kind of team they are. Quality, well-trained, well-disciplined. Good opposition for CFC to have here hosted at Finland.
Momentary danger for Owen Lewis in Houston. Marcus Naglestad is onto the pitch for Chattanooga Football Club. 3-1 AC Houston, getting one back just a moment ago. Dave Balliet with a beautiful delivery, a long one for the score. AC Houston, another long shot, the header! It's 3-2! The Yellow Submarine with back-to-back goals. This time, it's Bashir Bey. Are you kidding me? We've got a ball game.
You wouldn't think, you know, they had anything left on their tank, but this team is fighting hard. Is giving, you know, they're all late on the game and well-deserved. Got a good goal, nice play around the box, you know, a great cross. Ends up with a good header in the back of the net.
The gas is coming late here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. AC Houston Sir just kept hanging around, and back-to-back goals have made this NISA League Independent Cup final very interesting. It's 3-2. Now Jesus Ibarra on the 18 and the whistle. Offside against Chattanooga. AC Houston gets the football back, closing in on the 84th minute and what has become a very interesting final.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but here we are, 3-2, trailing at the end of the game.
Pro side, Chattanooga Football Club, playing host to USL2, AC Houston Sir and the Yellow Submarine, the Independent Cup final for the Southeast region. We're coming to you live, 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Zeka Fejas. Thank you for tuning in and turning up. Chattanooga Football Club on the back, it's Prepelica. Centered up, Chattanooga feeling a lot of pressure. Definitely not letting off the throttle here. AC Houston Sir doing everything they can to create a turnover. They want to capitalize on that momentum. Their top scorers with back-to-back goals, first Balliet, then Bashir Bey, and they've just had incredible campaigns this season for the Yellow Submarine.
It shows, you know, quality plays, quality finishes. You know, definitely not a team to be messed with and not taken seriously. Which CFC has to keep their composure all the way through the match, because I'm sure they're done with surprises, and you'll be very unfortunate if things really turn around, as everybody, you know, has not thought of this possibility so far.
Chattanooga through the center of the pitch, near the middle third, not liking the pressure from Bashir Bey. Bashir Bey's goal was his 5th of the season through all play. That includes regular season, Independent Cup. 12th goal of the season for Dave Balliet. AC Houston Sir taking over with the football. What a move by Brighton. Brighton Sioux. Heavily pursued in a collision. Prepelica coming together with him, and now getting fired up here in Chattanooga. Richard Dixon pulling a Yellow Submariner off of Prepelica. Bashir Bey is in there. And what was a very friendly contest, now we've got some words exchanged and a little pushing and shoving.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen that frustration so far. You know, things getting heated, score line getting closer, which leads to a moment like this. Referee has to be careful leading and dealing with this situation, because we don't want to see you know, anybody getting bookings or anything more than, you know, what we've seen so far, which I think is already too much, not needed.
Bashir Bey standing just in front of the Chattanooga Football Club bench, will hand off the ball. Closing in on the 87th minute in a 1-goal game. Owen Lewis, he's been stalwart today. Lewis, long delivery, close side of the 18. Dixon took at that. Now here, this one is cleared by Chattanooga. AC Houston serve. Resetting to some degree. Brady Box with a long delivery, looking for Bashir Bey. He's competing with Prepelica again. They come together near the corner. And so in the closing moments, this corner kick could be huge for the Yellow Submarine. Bashir Bey lined up to send it. Prepelica in the goal box. Jonathan Burke, the keeper tonight for Chattanooga Football Club. Bashir Bey, long delivery, backside near the corner of the goal box. Still in there, the header and the whistle before he can put a helmet to the ball. Regulation winding down quickly inside of Fort Finley between Chattanooga Football Club and the Yellow Submarine. Be sure to join us on August 5th as Chattanooga Football Club plays host to Savannah Clovers FC. CFCTix.com. Get your ticks now. Do not wait. You know, and if Grandma wants to come see the game, but the kids aren't interested, there's lots of things for the kids to do while Grandma watches football.
Yeah, I mean, kids are having a blast there, running around, not necessarily paying attention to the game for those who don't want. There's room for everything in here.
Yellow Submarine battling for possession. Bashir Bey over to the touchline. Long feed. This one booted at. AC Houston, sir. Fighting their way through traffic. Close side. Brighton left off. Down towards the touchline. And Mawape in pursuit as this one finds its way out of play. Midway through the 89th minute, another crucial corner kick for AC Houston Sir. Baliet is on the backside of the goal box. Leading scorer for the Yellow Submarine. Here's the delivery right to the center. Headed at it, still loose. Chattanooga nearly clears it. Swatted at. This one goes over the top of the net and out of play off of the boots of a CFC defender. Full time is just seconds away. How much time will they add?
Yeah.
Hard to call it in this one.
Right, 3 to 4 minutes. We'll see.
The corner kick will now come from the far side of the pitch. Here's the delivery, down low, swatted away by Kelvin Mawape. This one clatters around up in row N. The Yellow Submarine will again inbound. Long delivery, close side. Burke came all the way out and gloved that himself. Right over the top of Baliet. 4 minutes of added time. That is a long 4 minutes for both of these clubs. Here's the delivery, close side of the goal box, headed away by Chattanooga Football Club. Back to regather and recover. AC Houston Sir. 2 quick passes, deking his way towards the net, and the long shot goes wide right. A 1-goal advantage for Chattanooga Football Club. We've entered added time in the NISA League Cup. Thank you for tuning in. 11 Sports, FIFA Plus. Just minutes left to play between these two football clubs. AC Houston Sir of the USL 2 side looking to upset pro side Chattanooga Football Club. They're in the midst of the greatest season in club history and franchise history. They are undefeated, 9 wins, 4 draws. The Yellow Submarine, an unbelievable campaign on that side as well. 18 wins, 1 draw, 8 losses. Chattanooga, Perez, trying to send this back to a teammate. Stays just inside the touchline. Both teams vying for possession. A race to the ball. Garcia Sosa grabbed at by his jersey. Goes down to the AstroTurf. Cuevas going to get the call there. We've nearly played 2 minutes of added time. Just a reminder for anyone who's just joining us for these late stage antics, Marcus Naglestad has substituted into the match. Came in the, I believe, 77th minute. He has 52 career goals for Chattanooga Football Club through all contests played. He is tied for franchise lead for all-time scoring with several other players. One more goal gives him the lone lead at 53 career goals.
Here's the long ball. This is far side. Jesus Ibarra. Ibarra runs it down right near the corner. Heavily defended by Owen Lewis. Goes around him. Cuevas in front of him on the corner of the 18. This outside to Leo Alvarenga. Back to Perez. Perez harassed from the front side. Chattanooga has this cleared away by Cuevas over the touchline. Added time burning quickly for the Yellow Submarine. If they'd like to equalize this, they need to do it now. The throw-in, headed at by Marcus Naglestad. Cleared by the Submarine. A header, regathered by AC Houston momentarily, and Baliette can't keep it. Baliette leaves it off for Lewis. Shouting out to Cuevas, he'll throw this long. Baliette knifing at this one. Possession maintained just barely. Cuevas can't beat out Dixon in his race to the football. This one again up into the bleachers. We've reached full time in the NISA League Independent Cup Final. Chattanooga Football Club hangs on in the face of two miraculous late-stage goals by the leaders of the Yellow Submarine. They're lying on the pitch, but boys, there's nothing to hang your head about. What an effort.
Yeah, very, very special moment here we witness. Looking at the efforts of Houston, you know, late on the game, leaving a little bit of a sour taste for CFC's performance, which I'm sure the coaching staff, the players wouldn't want to have to concede 2 goals because, you know, keeping a clean sheet is something they've been doing and it's so important for them. But still, you know, a nice occasion, a nice game, give the fans something to be, you know, focusing on all the way through the match. You know, everybody had to stay tuned in and paying attention and excited and a little bit of nervous and nerves playing a factor all the way through, which, you know, it's a game of soccer. That's what you want at the end of the day.
We will keep it here and stay live for the presentation of the hardware, silverware, being dished out here in Chattanooga, Tennessee as part of a post-game ceremony as far as I can understand. And I believe I see the NISA League Independent Cup trophy down along the side of the pitch there now. What a thrilling match we were able to bear witness to here today.
Yeah, very unexpected. Seeing the game unfolds the way it did. Credit to Houston to stay on the game the whole time and believing. Every single chance they had, they took it. It came down to the end of the game where their efforts start paying off, and CFC, you know, for sure took a step on the brake, you know, and didn't carry on that momentum and that, you know, constant, very nice professional performance that we had seen throughout the whole match. And credit to Houston, who you know, stayed and capitalized when the opportunity was given to them.
Well, Zeka and I would love for you to stay with us here for the closing moments of this and the presentation of the silverware. But if you must leave now, go with this in mind. The next home match, the next match for Chattanooga Football Club will be on August 5th. You can join us Thursday, August 5th here inside of Fort Finley at 7:30 p.m. as CFC plays host to the Savannah Clovers Football Club in NISA regular season action. Visit cfctix.com or chattanooga.fc.com and click onto the tickets tab. We want you here. We want to pack Fort Finley. Great turnout tonight. Chattanooga can certainly do better here in the scenic city. And there's a look at the silverware. How did we get to the silverware going to Chattanooga Football Club? 3 goals to 2. They scored 3 in the first half.
AC Houston Sir nearly mounting a comeback late there with some beautiful scoring. It all kicked off with Sosa, who scored just prior to the 10th minute from long range. Then Lenny Lopez dishing one from inside of the goal box, followed by McGrath. And added time in that first half, he had a nice score as well. Chattanooga Football Club was scoreless in the second half. Baliette scoring first from very long range, then Bashir Bey, an absolute missile to get the score and keep things going for AC Houston. They just couldn't come up with the upset. And there you have it, Richard Dixon, the captain of Chattanooga Football Club, celebrating big time with the hardware. They've won the NISA League Independent Cup Final.
Yeah, you don't get to lift a trophy every time you step on the field, so I'm sure the players are proud, are happy, you know, deserving performance, even though at the end we almost let that one go. But again, the players understand the moment, they appreciate, they show respect for the other team when, you know, they make a big occasion of what it came up to be a big game. And you know, proud of how the boys turned out tonight, and proud of the crowd, proud of the numbers, proud of everything CFC has going forward, and very exciting times for us you know, here at Philly.
Pretty unbelievable night. There's nothing quite like those summer nights in NISA League play inside of Finley Stadium with a great crowd, 3,000 of your closest friends.
Yeah, it's time to take that trophy to the Chattanooga hooligans and let them have it and lift it among themselves, because, you know, this is not a title just won in the field. You know, the players showing respect for everything that's involves them being able to perform and being out there celebrating this victory. So a moment that needs to be shared, and something that is usually done here anytime we get to lift a trophy.
There you have the captain hoisting the trophy and celebrating, one of the oldest players in NISA and one of the most respected in the professional side of American soccer. A true leader in soccer and sport and in this community.
Gabe, one thing we haven't mentioned yet today was the man of the match performance. For me, Garcia Sosa demonstrated, you know, such a, you know, overall a great performance by him. Somebody who has been on and off the starting lineup. Today, stepping up the pitch, scoring a beautiful goal, well-deserved. Knowledge for him to be selected as man of the match. I thought he played fantastic. He was everywhere, combining, you know, playing great passes, and ended up with a great finish on his goal. So for me, man of the match, Garcia Sosa, for tonight, NISA Independent Cup Final.
Great selection, big fan. So many great performances down on the turf. Congratulations to AC Houston Sir and the Yellow Submarine on their berth in the NISA League Independent Cup. Very impressive to make it to this stage and compete against the pro side. Amar Nimatala, great attitude. Really enjoyed speaking to the head coach of the Submarine before the match down on the pitch. He was all smiles. just the right attitude. So I'm sure they're very bummed, but what an excellent performance. Chattanooga Football Club owns the night. It belongs to them, and they will celebrate as the moon rises, as the fans make their way home. CFC and the boys in blue claim the NISA League Independent Cup Final 3-2 here on 11 Sports and FIFA Plus. What an excellent match. For Chattanooga Football Club, our entire crew, as well as my partner and good friend Zach Fejas, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Chattanooga, Tennessee in the NISA Independent Cup Final. All games and events airing on the 11 Sports and FIFA Plus networks are streamed live and are copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the app and will be available for replay. This is a presentation of 11 Sports.